Well, it's Friday morning here on ABS TV. Thank you very much for joining us for the Friday edition of a Sports Splash on the show. This morning, we'll tell you that Eric Chair has made public his 39-man member provisional squad for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Zimbabwe and against Rwanda. We'll also tell you about a football academy in Oka known as Hallelujah FA. And of course, the proprietor of the club says that he wants to take the young footballers to the next level in the state. We have a news that Rigobert Song has been unveiled as the Central African Republic coach amid a federation dispute. And also, we'll tell you that Andy Murray is to coach Djokovic in the Indian Wales Plus. Of course, result service of matches played in the Champions League on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Well, let's begin with our first story on the show. Our first story is from the administrative capital of Anambra State, being Oka. And let's tell you that there's a new football academy, and of course, on the horizon. And it is called Hallelujah Football Academy of Oka. The president of that football academy, Elochukwu Hyginus Nwosu, has reiterated his commitment towards raising the next generation of world-class young footballers from Oka. The Oka-born scout and administrator, football scout and administrator, stated this during a chat with sports journalists in Oka, and that was on Wednesday, the 5th of March, 2025. Nwosu averred that the aspiration of establishing the football academy for players of 13 years and below is to churn out hidden talents from the grassroots and bring them to limelight through the platform where they can be spotted by international scouts, as well as fulfill the dreams of young lads of playing professional football as a career while still in the course of their academic pursuit. Nwosu discussed that the football academy, which is less than a year old, was conceived during his visit to Nnewi Town to feature in an all-stars match for Oka All-Stars, where they witnessed a set of young footballers at under 13 category playing in a tournament and entertaining the crowd with scintillating display of football artistry. He informed that the football academy has over 50 players playing for the team, while the official team playground is at the Ayom Northala football pitch in Amenyi, Oka. And of course, he equally stated that he caters for some of the needs of the players, such as paying for their tuition fees and offering some financial assistance, all geared towards ensuring that they have a successful academic path and also achieve their dreams of playing football as a career. Nwosu revealed that the football academy has a technical crew headed by Mr. Ebuka Okoye, known as Coach Nwabebi, with other management staff as Ifeanyi Anichebe, the team manager, Uchechukwu Celestine Obi as team secretary, Emeka Nwobo as curator, and official of Authentic Film as the club's media officer, while the club's patrons are Ikechukwu Lawrence Nwekwe and Ikechukwu Nwimo. Those were the disclosures made by Mr. Nwosu, who happens to be the president of that club, Hallelujah Football Academy. And of course, in subsequent edition of a Sports Splash, we'll try to bring him here on the show to talk about this new club in town, this new football academy in town. Now, let's talk about Super Eagles news. The head coach Eric Chair has named the goalkeepers Stanley Nwabili and Adele Adebayo, defenders William Trusekong, Calvin Bassi, and Olaoluwa Aina. We have midfielders Alex Iwobi and Wilfred Ndidi, and forwards Ademola Lukman, Victor Osimhen, and Simon Moses, in a provisional list of 39 players for this month's crucial World Cup qualifier, 2026 World Cup qualifier against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. There are also goalkeepers Maduka Okoye, defenders Bruno Onyemechi, Zaidu Sanusi, midfielders we have Frank Onyeka, Fisayo Dele, Bashiru, and forwards Ahmed Musa, Samuel Chukwueze, and Sadiq Umar. Defenders Igor Obu and Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, midfielders Anthony Dennis, Christian Tus Uche, Papa Daniel Mustafa, and equally forwards Tolu Roko Dale and Jerome Akor Adams are named for the first time ever, while the Yakubi returns for home base goalkeepers Kayode Bankole, defender Jordan Turariba, and midfielder Joseph Ayodele Aribo, and forwards Cyril Desas and Nathan Taylor, if they eventually made the final list of 23 players. Nigeria's fifth on Group C log behind Rwanda, South Africa, and Benin Republic, and equally Lesotho square up to leaders Amavubi of Rwanda in Kigali. That's coming up on Friday, the 21st of March 2025, before taking on Zimbabwe's Warriors at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium 4 days later. And for the provisional list of 39 players for the Rwanda-Zimbabwe clash, I will have for goalkeeper Stanley Nwabili of Chipa United, Maduko Koyo of Udinese, Amasa or Basogie of Singida Black Stars, will have Adele Adebayo of Enosis Paralimni, and also have Akayo Debankole of Remo Stars. For defenders, we'll have William Truce Ekong of Al Koloid, will have Bright or Sai Samuel of Fenerbahce in Turkey, Bruno Onyemechi of Olympiacos in Greece, Gabriel Osho of Auxerre in France, Kevin Bassi of Fulham in England. We also have Ola Oluwa Aina of Nottingham Forest in England, Zaidu Sanusi of FC Porto in Portugal, Igor Obu of SK Slavia Prague. We'll have Jordan Tunariwa of Ghent in Belgium, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi of Enugu Rangers. Defenders will have William Trusekong of Al Koloid, and we also have Bright or Sai Samuel of Fenerbahce, Bruno Onyemechi of Olympiacos, Gabriel Osho of Auxerre, Kevin Bassi of Fulham, and we'll have, of course, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi of Enugu Rangers. And for forwards, we'll have Samuel Chukwueze of AC Milan. We'll have Victor Osimhen of Galatasaray, Demola Lukman of Atalanta, Kelechi Iheanacho of Middlesbrough, Victor Boniface of Leverkusen, Simon Moses of Nantes, Sadiq of Valencia, Nathan Teller of Bayer Leverkusen, Cyril Desas of Glasgow Rangers. Will have Tolu Aroko Dale of Genk. Others are Chidera Ejuke of Sevilla. We'll have Paul Onuachu of Southampton, Ahmed Musa of Kano Pillars, and Jerome Daniels of Sevilla. Away from that, let's tell you that Nigeria's under-17 girls, Flamingos, will today fly out to South Africa for the first that's for the first time of two-leg FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifying fixture against the Under-17 girls of South Africa, known as Bantawana. The match for which the Confederation of African Football has selected Kenyan officials to superintend will kick off by 3 p.m. South African time. That's 2 p.m. Nigerian time on Saturday, the 8th of March at the Lucas Moripe Stadium in Pretoria, South Africa's administrative capital. Head coach Bankole Olowokere has selected 19 players with goalkeeper Christiana Uzoma, defenders Hannah Ibrahim, Jumai Adebayo, midfielders Shakirat Mashoud and Moinat Rotimi, while we also have forwards Harmony Chidi and Chiso Nwachukwu included. While the 2022 FIFA World Cup bronze medalist Nigeria drew by to the second round, Bantawana crushed their counterparts from Gabon by 21-2 on aggregate, and CAF has appointed Josephine Wanjiku as referee with her compatriot Mary Njoroge, Elizabeth Njoroge, and Juma Lucy Awino to serve as assistant 1, assistant 2, and the 4th official respectively. And Cindy Barbara Ludul from Iswantini will be the match commissioner, with Moroccan Khadija Regas to be in the role of a referee assessor. And both teams will battle things out in the return leg at the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene Remo, and that's coming up on Saturday, the 15th of March, with the winner on aggregate progressing to the 3rd round of the qualifying campaign. This year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup will be hosted by Morocco, and that's from the 17th of October to the 8th of November, with Africa to present 5 teams, including those nation, the host nation, talking about Morocco, at the finals, which has been expanded to a 24-nation championship. And we wish the ladies all the best as they get set to take on the Bantawana, the female Under-17 side of South Africa. Now to Nigeria players abroad, let's tell you that Victor Osimhen has opened up to reports linking him with some of the biggest football clubs in Europe. The 25-year-old striker remained one of the top strikers in Europe, having netted a total of 20 goals and provided 5 assists in 26 appearances for Turkish giants Galatasaray this season. And Osimhen, who is on loan Galatasaray from Italians SSC Napoli has made it known that he lost the Turkish championship when asked for reports linking him with Manchester United, PSG, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Osimhen will be hoping to shrug off the injury he picked up recently to feature in more games for his team, and we also hope that he gets fitter to play for the Super Eagles at the upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers against the Amavubi of Rwanda and against Zimbabwe later this month. And lastly, on Nigeria players abroad, up-and-coming Atalanta star Alexander Dragan recently reserved a special praise for Nigerian star Ademola Lookman, who he considers to be his role model in football. Lookman is widely regarded as one of the best African talents in Europe at the moment and is believed to be on the radar of numerous Premier League clubs. As he continues to shine in Serie A, Dragan spoke glowingly of the 27-year-old and expressed how he radiates a kindness behind the scenes. And there are three people, the Ketelare, Lookman, and Retagui, that top level, Dragan said in an interview with the media out there. And Lookman, as a person, he is a very present, friendly, cheerful, always with a smile on his face. Ademola radiates a kindness, stated this man, talking about we're showering lots of encomiums on the Nigerian player, talking about Ademola Lookman. And over to the continent, on the continent, a Cameroonian football legend, talking about Rigobert Song, has been unveiled as the new head coach of the Central African Republic and the CAR national team. And the former Cameroonian head coach inked a 2-year contract on Monday in a press conference that was attended by CAR's Minister of Sports. The Central African Football Federation and FCF officials were absent during the event as they are against the Song's appointment. And Rigobert Song signed this match. He signed on March 3rd, 2025 his contract with the Minister of Sports as coach of the Falvesa for 2 years, renewable. A report on the media stated his salary is estimated to be FCFA 4 million, that's about 4.5 million, and the Federation Central African Football Club at a CFC official was not informed of the signing. And CAR, the Central African Republic, are scheduled to take on Madagascar and Mali later this month in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Also, still in Africa, let's tell you that South Africa football legend Benny McCarthy has been unveiled as the new head coach of the Kenyan national team. The UEFA Pro license holder has been unattached since he left the English Premier League side Manchester United in June 2024, having served as one of the club's first-team assistant coaches at the time. McCarthy has brought in his compatriot to bolster the Harambee Stars technical team. Moneba Joseph's goalkeeper coach, Vasily Manusakis, assistant coach and performance analyst Pilela Maposa, having worked with them at Amazulu FC. And the Football Kenya Federation, the FKF, made the announcement in the following statement. And after a rigorous selection process, we are confident that Benny McCarthy is the right person to lead our national team forward. His experience, vision, and commitment to developing a Kenyan football align perfectly with our ambitions, a statement read. And alongside him, we will welcome Vasily Monasaskis as the assistant coach, and Moneba Josephs as goalkeepers coach, and Pilela Maposa as a performance analyst. This team brings a wealth of expertise, and we believe they will instill tactical discipline, structure, and a winning mentality as we prepare for the upcoming competitions, the Federation added. McCarthy and his team will immediately take charge as Kenya prepares for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Gambia and Gabon. Further details regarding training schedules and squad selections will be communicated in due course, and that's the message coming from Kenya Football Federation as regards the appointment of Benny McCarthy and his crew as the new coach of the Harambee Stars, the national football team of that country. We'll take a short break on Sports Splash. When we come back, we'll go to international scene. We'll talk about motorsports, athletics news, and then we'll serve you the results of the Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday on the Sports Show before we wind off. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It is still the Friday edition of Sports Splash on ABS TV. In the first half, we told you about, of course, the 39-man provisional squad being made public by Eric Chair, the coach of the Super Eagles. We equally told you about Ademola Lookman, one of football pundits talking about him. We told you also about Victor Osimhen, who's been linked with a move to Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, and a whole lot of other clubs. But he's of the view that he loves Galatasaray and wants to stay in the interim. We equally told you that the Central African Republic has appointed Rigobert Song as the new coach of the country's national team. But the Football Association of that country are not in support of that. The appointment was made by the Ministry of Youth and Sports in that country. We equally told you that the Kenya Football, the Federation of Kenya Football has unveiled, they've unveiled Benny McCarthy as their new coach. Now, other sports news. Let's tell you that David Richards, the chairman of Motorsports UK, has threatened the world governing body, the FIA, with legal action if he does not address the concerns about governance. Richards' move comes after he was one of the number of FIA members who were barred from a meeting of its World Council last week after refusing to sign a non-disclosure agreement. We hear the 72-year-old said in a letter to members of Motorsports UK External, a member of the FIA, that the FIA's actions under President Mohammed bin Sulayem are in a breach of its own statutes, and that its actions are fall short of gold standard levels of transparency, accountability, and integrity in sports governance. Richard, the chairman of a motorsports engineering company, ProDrive, and a former Formula One team boss, added he intends to remind the FIA of their responsibilities and hold them to account on behalf of the sport and their members worldwide. Richard's letter references the number of controversies that have embroiled Ben Sulayem since he was elected in December 2021. In athletics, former world record holder Paula Radcliffe ran her first competitive marathon in a decade, and that was on Sunday in Tokyo. Radcliffe, 51 years of age, finished in a time of 2 hours, 57 minutes and 26 seconds, 10 years after ending her glittering athletics career at the 2015 London Marathon. And the Britain held the world record for 16 years from 2003 with a time of 2 hours, 15 minutes and 25 seconds before it was broken by Kenya's Bridget Kosgei, and that was in 2019. And the her former record was still faster than that recorded by Sunday's winner, Ethiopia's Satume Asefa Kebede, who defended her trophy, her title, in a time of 2 hours, 16 minutes and 31 seconds. And Kenya's Winfrida Morai Moseti was second in a time of 2 hours, 16 minutes and 56 seconds, with Ethiopia's Hawi Faisa third in a time of 2 hours and 17 minutes. And the men's race was won by Ethiopia's Tadesse Tagele in a time of 2 hours, 3 minutes and 23 seconds for his first major marathon title. And Ethiopia's Deresa Geleta rather was a second in a time of 2 hours, 3 minutes and 51 seconds, with Kenya's Vincent Kipkemoy third in a time of 2 hours and 4 minutes. And Uganda's double Olympic track champion Joshua Cheptegei came ninth, and Radcliffe will also take part in next month's Boston Marathon. She aims to compete in all 6 major marathons. We wish her all the best as she competes at the age of 51. In tennis, Andy Murray will reprise his coaching role with Novak Djokovic at the upcoming Indian Wells tournament and stay with the 24-time major champion for the Miami Open. Djokovic, 37 years of age, plans to compete at both the ATP Masters event, played back-to-back and known as the Sunshine Double for the first time since 2019. And Murray's team said the 37-year-old Scot flew out to the United States of America, and that was on Monday. And the Indian Wells main draw starts later later this week with the Miami Open following on 19th of March. And Djokovic's last competitive outing was a first round defeat by Italy's Matteo Berrettini at the Qatar Open rather, and that was on the 18th of February when Murray was not present, and Djokovic began working with his longtime rival who retired from playing in August on a trial basis, and that was in January's Australian Open. And Djokovic reached the Melbourne semi-finals, but was forced to retire from his match against Germany's Alexander Zverev with a hamstring injury. And just before we go on the show, the results of the Champions League knockout qualifiers are played on Tuesday. Feyenoord lost at home to Inter Milan 2-0. We saw Thuram and Martinez getting the goals in the 35th and 58th minutes of the game. It was Bayern Munich 3, Bayer Leverkusen 0, Benfica 0, Barcelona 1. Rafinha's goal in the 61st minute of the game, and PSG lost to Liverpool by a goal to 0 at the Parc des Princes. A late goal scored by Elliott 3 minutes from regulation time. And of course, let's tell you that that was on Wednesday, results on Wednesday, I should say. But for Tuesday, Club Brugge lost 1-3 to Aston Villa. It was Borussia Dortmund 1, Leo Lux Metropole 1. PSV Eindhoven lost 1-7 to Arsenal, and Real Madrid defeated Atletico Madrid by 2-1 in the Champions League. That's the size of the show this Friday. Thank you very much for being part of Sports Splash Monday down to Friday, and we'll have the last one for the week being tomorrow. Join us at this time for that episode.